Hello. Yeah, this is a different kind of video. It's what I call a video which reflects my approach to coaching executives who are in the heat of battle in the business world. Coaching them on, in this instance, is on the philosophy of Sun Tzu. And I hope you enjoy seeing it and you enjoy looking at it and, learning something from it.
That is why I will start by now moving on to discuss the philosophy of Sun Tzu. Don't look so glum, right? When there's, I think when there's a fight, it's fun, right? As you say here, right? Is war the only way, right? Not really, right? I will say that the best way really is C&C. You compete and you collaborate. Right? You compete and you collaborate. Supply chain now, right? The days of one entrepreneur founding like Ford Motor is over. It's over. Vertical integrated management is over. Right? It's now you learn to compete and you learn to collaborate. It is now more a game. Right? And of course so when CISCO told me that they wanted to have Ms. Wong identified, I actually thought CISCO is a Singapore company, right? So that was then really huge. And they told me they wanted something special. They don't want out of war, they want a philosophy of Sun Tzu, philosophy. Right. So I was trying to do my best to please my customers, right, and to produce a philosophy and to give an overview. Right, of course, 孙子兵法哲学. Now, this 法治 is very important. A lot of people translate this as law. Now, in a Western context, barrister and law, I tell you, law in a Western context, rigid. It's definition, right? And of course, you'll find that in the Chinese context, one of the problems a lot of professors have with Chinese students that they don't like to define what the term means. I explain to the professors because Chinese word themselves, the word itself has its own definition, has its own origin. Right? This 法治, what's the meaning of this 法? There are two combinations. One is, this side is water, 3 dot of water. And this is gold, the way of going. Right? So this 法治, we read this 法, it's already the way of the water, the natural way. First, of course, why do you emphasize philosophy? Why do you want to emphasize philosophy? Now, I have got a 6-day workshop launched by Singapore Institute of Management, right? And it's actually focused on developing the mind of the strategists. Right? But spread over 3 months, and it's hard work. Right? Philosophy is important so that you can see in the person's Huawei action, the strategic thinking underlying that. You can anticipate, you can perceive, you can, right? And of course, you can then put a perception into a schema. In other words, if a person's action is grounded out of war, then you can predict the next move. Now, this is where someone asked me, what happened if someone used out of I also use out of war. Now, Sun Tzu made one very important qualification in his work. The fundamental thing is surprise. Right? So if you are known to use out of war, then you lose. If enemy knows that you are using out of war to fight, you will lose. So the key thing is unpredictable. To move in such a way nobody can predict your next move. Then you are a first-class strategist. If your move can be predicted, anticipated based on certain sequential steps, like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, then you can counter. Right? In other words, you're like Tata, Bruce Lee is number one. Why Bruce Lee is so good? Because he integrates all the different strokes, and his moves are unpredictable. And his Jeet is actually adapted to his body configuration. So very important is that, right, Sun Tzu actually put a phrase inside. I can't quote the Chinese version of it. Right, I could, if you want me to, if you are writing a speech, it needs the precise citation in Chinese. Right? That's Sun Tzu be very clear. Most important is to be unpredictable. So nobody can read your move, nobody can know what's your next move. Yeah, number one. That answers the question, is there a right strategy for technology? The answer is no. Now, the beautiful thing about Sun Tzu's Art of War is he gives a way of thinking, in a way of philosophy. It doesn't tell you, right, this is the right strategy, this is what you must do, this is, it doesn't. Because there cannot be right strategy. Right. And it's very different from the German model. When the German fought with the French, right, German model is based on very strict. Hitler, the Führer must approve, must endorse, he must follow strictly to a plan, there's no deviation, right? Now Sun Tzu believed very importantly. In fact, you see a lot of Chinese movies, the guy will quote Art of War to deviate, right, from the Greek plan. Why? Because Sun Tzu says the most important is adapt the strategy to the situation. And the situation is always evolving, always changing, you must therefore adapt. Therefore, I would say, right, Art of War is necessary for business survival in China. Absolutely. Fundamental. In fact, Art of War only provide the principles. You should go one step further, you should study 三国演义.